The Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King, brought to you by Harvey Autos in Shreveport, Bossier City, the name you've trusted for years. Geico, the insurance savings you expect. Supreme Chevrolet, expect more from Supreme Automotive Group in Gonzales. Bollinger Shipyards, 75 years of delivering high-quality vessels. Here's your host, Lieber King.
Listen, whatever you're driving right now, Tommy Harvey wants it. Bring it in to Harvey Subaru, Lexus of Shreveport, Bossier City, or John Harvey Toyota. They're paying big bucks for all trades right now. They'll cut you a check right there. Tell them Lee sent you.
Kyle Cedotal, Denham Springs High School head baseball coach.
Kyle, thank you for taking the time to let me interview you today.
Yeah.
Appreciate you letting me, and we're at the center of all centers here, man, the baseball facility. This is where everything gets done, right?
Yeah, appreciate you for coming and seeing what we have to offer here and getting a couple peeks into our everyday practice routines and our day.
Just to let people know a little bit about you and what I know of you history-wise. When I was doing the magazine in 2012, somewhere in front of you right here, but you know, you came out, you were a quarterback at Redemptor's.
I was.
Prior to your senior year. Your senior year, you graduate from Denham Springs, become a Yellow Jacket, play baseball too.
Did.
And went to Southeastern to play baseball, had a minor league career with the Rockies organization.
Yes, sir.
But you were a heck of a quarterback back in the day. I want to let people know that, and I really mean that. You were handing off to Jeremy Hill. You had Lyle Collins blocking. Russell Gage was a young guy on the team. Mm-hmm. But not a bad time. I know that it's something, you know, I just wanted people to know that are not familiar with the whole football, baseball thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's very fortunate when you can give the ball to a future NFL running back and he runs behind a future NFL tackle. And then sometimes you just got to fake it and throw it to somebody who's standing by themselves. It makes it pretty easy.
Coach, talk about the tradition here at Denham Springs. Being an outsider, I know Ben McDonald was my era. Mm-hmm. I played against him in football when he was like the tallest punter ever, 6'7", and then throwing 95 back when nobody threw 95.
Oh yeah, he's a basketball star too. Don't forget that.
That's right. Dale Brown a little bit at LSU,
mm-hmm.
And then like I said, you finished here as a baseball player your senior year. What do you think of the tradition? We're going to have facility pictures I took shown during this video. You got great facilities here.
The tradition here is it's rich because it's a small town community, but it's also the biggest school in the state of Louisiana. So we have a ton of students, and it goes back a long time with Rush Johnson, Ben McDonald, most recently Max Roller and Travis Swaggerty, both making the big leagues, and all four of their jerseys being retired here, and all that they paved the way in the past to create the facilities you guys are going to see in the photos, and really give us a reason for the city and the town of Denham Springs to support the school and support our athletics, and those people paving the way has made all of this possible for the next generation to come through.
Yeah, I was a big Ben McDonald fan growing up. Drew Nettles came out of here. Mm-hmm. Again, that was my era. Glenn Glass was a great baseball running back. I interviewed a lot of your players. You got a lot of talent here. A lot of young guys. I must have interviewed 7 sophomores. You've got some seniors. You got some juniors. How hard is it as a baseball coach to make cuts here?
It's hard, man. They bring – every kid comes with talent. It comes, and it's about cultivating and finding which one of those guys are going to be the right guys and meshing personality-wise. This was my first year, and I inherited a freaking mass of talent, and it was fantastic. Yeah. So we had a freshman tryout and had the freshmen come in, and that group's going to be really strong too. And now having a full fall and getting into the spring with our sophomores through seniors, it would be difficult to cut any of them. That whole group is fantastic, and we have a huge roster because they're all so good. So it's a matter of finding where we can fit and use everybody. But it's really tough whenever you have a ton of talent that I just walked into. I was fortunate to get it, and I'm doing my best to cultivate what we have. And I mean, it's a great problem to have.
Great facilities. We want to show that during the show. I took some pictures of your batting cages, outside, inside. Your field's really, really good. And We were talking about equipment, Coach, just for people that don't follow. I don't even know if the everyday baseball fan keeps up with this, but the price of baseballs. You educated me on baseballs. You said a pack of what, 12 dozen or 13?
10 dozen baseballs, which would be a case, is anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200 these days. And if you're lucky, those are just your game balls. So
Throw them back, right, Coach?
If
Throw them back.
you get practice balls, then again, those are probably around $700-800, but they're a little cheaper, but the quality's not as good. And the bats are going up, the gloves are going up, and now everybody wants their custom this and custom that. So in general, it's getting more and more pricey for the everyday program to be run, especially when you have 3 levels: freshman, JV, varsity. You got to have balls for everybody, bats for everybody. It's a lot.
And you were telling me it goes anywhere from $250 to a decent bat to like $400 to a better bat.
$250 to $450, and then there's some outlandish ones out there up in the $500 range, and it's just wild.
How are you liking the baseball future here in Louisiana, high school baseball, where we are? Anything that you would like to see change, Coach? Do you like how everything is? And
as of right now, it's baseball in Louisiana is so strong in general. We have guys that go all over the country to play. We have guys who have multiple World Series from Louisiana. Guys in the big leagues from Louisiana, from Baton Rouge specifically. Right. And the state of baseball right now is getting better and better every year. You
said your district's the toughest that you've ever seen it.
I know that's a hot item, but our district, in my opinion, might be the toughest complete district in the state when it goes top to bottom. With last year, there were 3 teams in the top 7, and then you also had multiple 18 to 22 win teams ranked in there that weren't even in the top 7. So 7-team district, everybody made the playoffs. So it was a really, really tough district.
I want to ask you this. I didn't ask you this earlier. It's a good thing to talk about, though. NIL, there's always been, a lack of scholarships, college baseball.
Yes.
Football always had the 85, basketball, small team, but baseball was like
11.7.
It's incredible. So NIL actually has helped keep kids from going pro that are not top 8, top 9 round guys. And some guys like Smith from Catholic High that you saw throwing 98, 99, chooses to go to LSU, turns down a lot of money, but got a pretty good NIL package.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on that? Baseball now having at least financing to equal scholarship money with lack of scholarships.
Well, I think it's, and we're going to talk baseball specifically. I think it helps baseball the most because now you don't have to divide 11 scholarships on a 30-man, 35-man roster, which makes college more affordable because these college kids can't go work.
Right. Because
my job is to go work out, go to class, then go to practice, and now you don't have kids putting themselves into debt because they can't go work to pay for their college. So baseball specifically, I think NIL is awesome for those guys, and coming out of college debt free sets these kids up for life so much better than if they were to go to college and have to pay and all these other things because they can't get a job because they're playing. So baseball specifically, NIL, in my opinion, is fantastic.
Yeah, I think it fits baseball better than any of the sports. Coach, what do you think about your staff? I want to give you a chance to promote your staff, get their name out there, give them a little bit of exposure, helping you every day, those long hours.
Oh, yeah.
You've got some guys on your staff that played at Denham Springs like you. Yeah. Talk about some of your staff members for baseball.
When I accepted the role, I was told there were some coaches on staff, and I wanted to go through and make sure I spoke with everyone, and it is a very prideful thing for me, and I kept every single coach that was on this staff because I saw the value, I saw everything that comes with it, and all those guys. Lafayette Dewey has been a head coach, has been an assistant coach, he's a head freshman coach. His knowledge, his wealth of knowledge is absolutely incredible. Christian Carter played at BRCC, and he's a Denham guy through and through, and he wants nothing but this place to succeed, and he's our pitching coach. Trenton Davis was a catcher here, and he does all of our catching work, and he's a graduate of here, and he wants us to succeed. And then going on down to our freshman coaches with Brent Dugas. He's a lifer. He's in his 60s, and he played at Southeastern, and he's a real estate agent in the community, and he just wants to give back to these young guys and then push the game forward. He's absolutely great. Brock Batty, he's a former Denham Springs, Southeastern Lion, UL Raging Cajun, left-handed pitcher, and he's great for those guys. And then on top of that, we brought in another freshman coach this year in Brennan LeBlanc, who was a football star here, and he coaches freshman football, and he also does catchers for freshmen here. And I'm unbelievably fortunate and blessed to have a very complete staff that all contribute to what they are very, very good at. So I'm very lucky to have all of that.
We talked earlier, you would like to mention some equipment companies that help you, or just people that are involved, and you want to mention some people and also there's a benefit that's put on every year you want to mention.
So every year we are part of, hosting tournaments and promoting things in the community and public, and we're fortunate to have the facilities to host the Marucci World Series, and they come in and they do a great job taking care of the field and taking care of all of us, and giving us some equipment for the kids, and really giving back to the kids just for us letting them play a couple games here, and we're really appreciative of them. Tucci Limited is a new company out of the Northeast who does incredible helmets and elbow guards and protective gear and bats, and we have a fantastic relationship with them, and they do unbelievable products, and they're working really, really hand in hand with us, as well as a few colleges in the country, and all of these things, and BSN and Nike and everybody's making this a possibility for us here at Denham Springs, and all those guys are fantastic, and we really appreciate all their support.
Coach Call, before we go, obviously parents would want to hear this, and just alumni of Denham. What do you think of the potential of this baseball team for 2025? You've seen a few teams over the years. You've been a part of a few teams.
Yeah.
What do you think of the team coming up that you're going to coach for Denham?
To say it, we are a very, very talented baseball team, and we're putting a lot of pieces together. We're learning a system. I believe that if we truly turn that corner and really cultivate our potential, we're going to be a very, very talented and very, very dangerous baseball team.
And one question I did ask you before we started, but it's a fun one. Who would be 2 or 3 teams that you think will go to Omaha this coming year?
Just
preseason kind of stuff.
So with the nature of NIL, I'm going to say LSU for our Louisiana people, just because they have the best roster money can buy in college baseball. It's hard for me to go against what they're doing at Vanderbilt. I think Corbin is an unbelievable coach.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw a flyer out there, and because they're good people, I'm going to go to Campbell Camels.
Wow, they've been hot lately.
Winning their conference and then getting into the regionals and all that stuff. And then I'm going to put the Campbell Camels.
I think the LSU fans want to see the rematch with UNC of North Carolina. In Baton Rouge, though, this time.
They might want that.
Coach, appreciate your time. I'm glad we could come and promote Denham Springs baseball. Good luck to you this year.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the Sports Scouting Report with Lieber King.